Hello and welcome to AstroChiron, the video companion for AstroChiron.com. You'll hear more about my website in the mid-video ad break, but until then, how's life? I obviously can't hear your response, but let me know in the comments. And speaking of life, I suppose we haven't discussed much about life in general on this channel. This is because your natal chart is a snapshot of your entire life, including you, your surroundings, your past experiences, and your future potential. But up until now, we've only been looking at the signs and how they shape your personality. To take a look at the way your life is set up around you, one must look at the houses in your natal chart. Yes, your sun may be in Virgo, making you precise, diligent, and servile. But having your Virgo sun in your 7th house indicates that you're picky with your partners, diligent in enacting justice, and servile to your spouse. This series serves to teach you about each of the 12 houses. Yes, 12 houses, just like the 12 signs. Each house is associated with a sign, and like the signs, also has a ruler. So let's dive in. For the first time in this channel's history, we won't be starting with Aries, but with the first house. The first house is led by the ascendant, meaning that in most house systems, the beginning of the first house coincides with the point of the ascendant. If you guys want a video on the house systems, let me know. I usually use Placidus for my chart readings and whole sign for my horoscopes. Traditionally, this house was called vita, which is Latin for life. This is quite fitting, as this house describes your approach to life. In fact, much of your personality is shaped by this house and the planets in it. A stellium in this house would indicate a person who is strong in their identity and very secure in their view of themselves, depending on the planets involved. This house also rules others' first impressions of you, as it controls the way you show up for others, as well as the way you view yourself. Mars is the planet associated with this house, which can explain a first houser's tendency toward impulsive expression. The planets in this house also tend toward independence, much like Mars. Then there's this house's association with Aries, which can be seen with the expression of one's identity. This expression of identity is why Mercury finds his joy here in this house. Like when Mercury finds comfort when he is in Gemini or Virgo, the signs he rules, he finds the first house the best option to do all his communication in. What better thing to express than your original point of view? Mercury loves bringing a voice to your identity as well. Additionally, this placement tends to lend its holder a great deal of intelligence, making them very well spoken. This allows for ease in communication, but also instills them with a real understanding of others. Mercury is in his joy in the chart of Kourtney Kardashian, whose direct and clear-cut communication style does a great job of expressing the unique point of view she holds amongst her family. Then there's Hozier, who is a singer-songwriter whose lyrics are deeply personal, descriptive, and indicative of his mental state at the time of writing. Finally, we have Nina Simone, who, like Hozier, put her life into the lyrics she wrote. Her voice, not just her artistic one, but her physical one, is full of pain, heartbreak, and power. These are all embedded into her character, in part because of the world she was forced to live in. Blake Lively would be a good example of a premium first houser with her Sun, Venus, and Mars here. She's garnered quite a polarizing reputation recently. Her lawsuit against her co-star Justin Baldoni was well covered on social media and the news alike. It placed a focus on her marriage to Ryan Reynolds as well. And speaking of that relationship, the use of it in their respective careers has also rubbed people the wrong way. This is a good example of how first housers are quite easily liked or disliked, depending on who's doing the judging and which planets are placed there. And when we come back from the break, we'll discuss how each planet expresses itself in the first house. This video is brought to you by me. I am the astrologer behind AstroChiron.com, the one-stop shop for all astrological readings, articles, horoscopes, and art. I have a free ask feature that you can use for quick questions that I will respond to via a blog post. Readings range from $25 to $200, whether you want 3 questions answered in detail all the way to a thorough hour-long or more reading from me personally, via phone or video chat, discussing your entire natal chart, the aspects within it, and each planet's placement. Comment below to see if you're eligible for a 40% off discount. Again, that's astrochiron.com, ASTRO-CHIRON.com. Don't forget the hyphen and join our community today. With the sun in the first house, you're beautiful and vibrant. The sun shines his light on your sense of self, highlighting your strong identity. This placement may also indicate an attitude of self above all, which is apparent in your inability to dim your light, even if it would benefit others for you to do so. We see this in the Duchess of Sussex's bullying by the UK media, and Donald Glover's strong opinions on race, sex, and gender, as well as Mindy Kaling's whole, vibe. The moon here makes you soft and luminous in both your features and your energy. You have subtle changes in your identity from day to day, perhaps matching the waxing and waning of the moon. You are mostly family and home-oriented, preferring to express yourself in comfortable surroundings with familiar people. This can be seen in people like Michael Jackson, whose first bit of fame came from his career in the Jackson 5, later the Jacksons, with his brothers. Then there's Cardi B, who has 4 children and can be frequently seen on live in her home, followed by Whitney Houston, whose family business was music. We've already discussed Mercury before the ad break, so we'll move on to Venus, who brings attractiveness and amiability to your consistently warm identity. Within you lies a focus on material status and your expression within relationships. The beautiful Angelina Jolie has this placement, which can also be seen in her tumultuous relationship with Brad Pitt. The same can be said for Judy Garland in her 5 husbands, and in Solange Knowles' fame and notability despite the public's projection of her relationship with her sister Beyonce. Mars' placement in the House of Self makes you more assertive and energetic, despite his sign placement. Mars gives you a bold identity, one where your confidence often allows for conflict resolution. This is seen in activist Angela Davis's speeches, books, and essays, and in RuPaul's trailblazing career for drag queens, queer people, and even sex workers. Then there's Raven-Symoné, who is aggressively herself despite what venue she finds herself in, whether it be The View, a stint as a fictional character, or on her podcast with her wife. Jupiter in the first house gives you a magnanimous and experienced expression. Your grand sense of identity can't be contained easily. This makes you want to travel and learn as you consider yourself a scholar and a student of life. This can be seen in Rihanna, whose foreign roots boost her fame and her sense of self. Then there are the artists Willow Smith and Missy Elliott, who both seem to make music far ahead of their age, time, and sometimes the comprehension of their audience. Saturn in the first house makes for a stern and ambitious personality with an occasionally cold identity, which mostly stems from your difficult life that usually leads toward success. Now, I don't know any of these people personally, but despite their careers in gossip and comedy, respectively, both Wendy Williams and Kevin Hart seem a lot more laid back in their expression. Then there's Zoe Saldana, who, despite her humongous career in film, doesn't ever give me much energy in any of her roles. I'll be a bit faster for the outer planets as they are vaguer in their expression due to their slow-moving orbits. Uranus, for example, makes you a quirky and rebellious person whose more eccentric identity leads you to challenge life. Perhaps due to this fact, you will face unexpected and odd circumstances more frequently. Neptune indicates a dreamy and ephemeral person whose caring identity leads them toward more spiritual pursuits. You likely tend toward isolation due to your sensitivity. Finally, we have Pluto in the first house. With your powerful and intimidating nature, you have something of a polarizing identity. You are people who lean into transformation and tumult and are no strangers to completely changing your entire identity by choice or by force of circumstance. I believe that covers the first house. It's not too far off from the Ascendant series that I did at the very beginning of this channel, but this video allows you to see the planet's effects on your identity, not just a sign of your Ascendant. If you have planets in aspect with your Ascendant, especially conjuncted, these descriptions may be fitting for you as well. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching. We're almost at a year for the channel, and being so close to 500 subscribers is certainly not something I would have imagined so soon. If you'd like to add to that number, please do so by clicking that subscribe button down there. And while you're down there messing around, how about a like? I mean, you're still listening to me talk, so go on and like it. The second house is coming next Thursday, so I'll see you guys then, and as always, much love.